game versus the police department. Prosecuting attorneys are MC Ren, Ice Cube, and Easy motherfucking E.
Order, order, order. Ice Cube, take the motherfucking stand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help your black ass? You goddamn right. But won't you tell everybody what the fuck you gotta say? You have no conviction. You only gotta listen. Just drop all your ears and sit down, Motion. You have no conviction. You only wanna listen to this Motion Picture Meltdown.
Hello everyone, welcome again to another episode of Motion Picture Meltdown. Joining me today are my faithful co-hosts, Mark the Shark Hinton and Phil the Kill Collins.
Bo.
Joining us also is our special guest, Travis Hardon.
Oh, there. Travis Boner Pants.
Travis Bonerpants.
Boner pants. That's
Boner Hands.
Yeah.
This this episode we're going to be doing, it's actually a...
Fuck the police!
an ice to the third power.
Ooh.
No, it's... Oh, yeah. Oh, you got me. Ice Cube.
Took me a second, too.
We're doing Ice Cube, Ice Squared.
Exactly.
Right.
This
Two
is
Ice Cube
our
movies.
Ice Cube podcast because for some reason we can't get past going over shitty rappers. And
Well, they're in shitty movies. I mean, that's what...
so I want to know, like, where in a rapper's timeline it's like, make a badass rap album, do
Make
Anaconda.
a shittier rap album.
I'm pretty sure we can go to the Speedway and ask Exhibit.
Or buyback Snoop Dogg.
They're working in a car lot.
Or we go outside and ask
It's been nice.
Notorious B.I.G.
Dude, I tell you, man, if Lil Kim works in the Kroger gas station next to Buybacks, we have a rap video. Oh, easy.
It would take 30 minutes to put together, and it would be the best video ever made.
Fuck yeah. Just film it in Speedway, at the gas pumps.
Thank God for fucking drug dealers, dude.
So we're going to go over John Carpenter's Ghost of Mars from 2001, as well as Luis Losa's Anaconda from 1997. And we'll start with Anaconda. And this is a movie that I think everybody was real stoked about before it came out. Like, I remember, because I've always been a creature feature
Because
guy.
it was reviewed as Jaws.
But in
With
the
snakes
Amazon.
in
Right.
the Amazon.
You're right.
But there really had never been, like, a big budget snake movie, like, done before.
Right, because it was like the technology wasn't there to make a snake do what they wanted.
Right.
And not to mention the fact that just like snakes aren't really all that badass.
Honestly,
Yeah, they can be badass for one good feeding. And then
right,
it's
but
puppy.
how are they good for a horror movie? Like, what's the motivation for a snake that eats a person and then pukes it back up so it can go eat more people? Like, why?
Right.
Like, wasting his time.
Well, as I was saying, I'm pretty sure, like, back when we were, like, 12 or 13, me and Philip would watch this at least once a week. I don't know. You had it on VHS
Yeah,
or
I
something.
had it on tape.
One of your 4,000 tapes.
Yeah,
Fucking
infinity tape collection.
He had an entire fucking wall filled with... One side was just Snoopy shit. The other side was all videotapes.
Snoopy shit. And then
Fucking
videotapes.
Snoopy.
God, you're creepy.
You're fucking creepy. What's wrong with having tapes?
Yeah, I still have tapes.
I'm talking about the Snoopy shit.
Yeah, I like Snoopy.
Yeah, fuck Charles Schultz.
Podcast part.
But, tagline, you can't breathe when you can't stream.
You can't. No.
You can't breathe when you can't
breathe,
scream?
You can't scream. Way to go, dyslexia. I can read words good.
The movie,
You got your
like I said, was directed by Luis Losa, who the only thing that he's ever done worth a shit was Sniper with Tom Berenger, and that movie was actually pretty fucking awesome.
And Billy Zane. Don't forget that Billy Zane was there.
Oh, yeah, I
He
forgot.
had a bag of fuck.
Yeah, and what's Billy Zane doing now? Scorpion King 17? Right.
Titanic 5.
Yeah.
But Anaconda stars John Voight, who actually, I think he's pretty good in this movie. Like,
Creepy.
He's really fucking rapey.
Yeah.
He is.
If the goal was be as rapey as possible, he achieved it.
I mean, what are you going to do if you're on set with Jennifer Lopez all day?
That's true.
I mean,
Just
what else?
rape eyes.
I mean,
all day.
you could make googly eyes at Ice Cube or
J-Lo.
Jennifer Lopez.
Right, yeah,
Block.
and J-Lo is in this, of course, Ice Cube, since, you know, it is the Ice Cube podcast.
Owen Wilson.
Fucking Owen Wilson. Danny Trejo's in it for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And Jonathan Hyde, who I actually really like him as an actor from Jumanji. He plays the dad and the hunter.
Oh, yeah, I like that guy too.
He's pretty cool. But I fucking hate Owen Wilson.
I was going to say, what was Owen Wilson even doing in this?
He's one of the crew members, and then John Voight's this creepy snake wrangler, and he convinces Owen Wilson to be on his side.
So you can go be creepy snake wrangler.
Right. And
Anacondas.
the entire crew is like, no, we're not fucking doing this. We're not going to go after. We're going to go after snakes. And then John Voight just thinks that having one person on his side means everything.
Bilbo, you speak for everybody? Gary? You speak for everybody? Huh?
No, he doesn't speak. She doesn't speak for everybody. Just almost everybody, except for Gary.
Yeah. Hey, Gary?
Does anybody want to know what Gary has to say? Fuck no, they don't. It's fucking Owen Wilson. He doesn't know how to do
No,
anything.
drill bit Taylor. We do not give a fuck what you think.
Yeah. And like when he does talk in this movie, it's just rambling on. And you know how Owen Wilson, when he acts, he has to sound really sophisticated.
But it's sophisticated in that I just smoked a whole fucking ounce of weed. Like, so
Right.
you think you sound really smart, but really you
sound
sound
like
you're
just
You
rambling.
sound like you're in the book aisle of Walmart.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right, that's it.
Have I lost my mind? No, I haven't lost my mind. If anything, I'm completely lucid right now. I think it's you guys who need to open up your eyes.
Yo, hold up. How we go from taking Kel to the hospital to catching a goddamn snake?
Do you know where you are? You're in the middle of the jungle. Okay, all you guys do is you question and you criticize. But just remember, you don't know shit about the shit we're in out here. And neither do I.
So let's trust this really creepy fucking Colombian guy who sounds just like Scarface.
Gary, who's as
You know-
cracker fucking white as possible
Oh, I
in
know.
Brazil.
Not
All right,
funny.
we know a Brazilian guy who will listen to this podcast because he's our new best fan ever. Like he just advertises the shit out of it for us.
And he doesn't sound like John Voight.
No.
Sounding
No,
like
he doesn't
Scarface.
say, yeah, not at all.
Not one.
And he is from Brazil, and he is the motherfucker's so white he's see-through.
But just think about Owen Wilson's logic at this part. He's like, you guys don't understand.
You don't know shit
We're,
about shit.
we're,
You don't know
That
shit about
says it
shit.
all.
we're gonna ditch this movie and make a bunch of money to watch this guy catch a snake.
A giant fucking snake.
Not only that, a
You don't know
snake
shit
that
about
already
that.
fucking wounded somebody. Or no, did something else kill him?
No, John Voight fucked him up with a wasp. Yeah, he hides a wasp in the guy's breather on his air mask, and it paralyzes him or whatever.
Wow.
Super wasp.
Because in the jungle, there's a million fucking things that can kill you.
I know this is a little
That's
off topic,
right.
but like in that movie, they had the wasp that fucked the dude up, and then like we just watched Anaconda 2 the other day.
The
Just,
spider.
and then there's that goddamn spider.
It's a
that you're
Brazilian wandering spider in Indonesia.
It must have wandered there.
Where there are
Got lost.
har. No, fucking in Indonesia, where me and Mark looked it up, I was like, there's no fucking anacondas in Indonesia. So I look it up, and of course, there's no anacondas in Indonesia. I said, this whole movie's null and void. But then I watched it anyway.
Yeah. The Hunt for the Mexico.
So anyway, the entire plot of this movie is just this National Geographic crew goes out to film this tribe, which they don't find. They meet up
Ghost tribe.
with
Some shit.
they meet up with a shipwrecked John Voight, who is a snake wrangler, and his two buddies are dead. Well, he's with one of his buddies, Mateo, who's real sketchy looking.
His name is Mateo.
Yeah, of course, Mateo, dude.
Mateo the drug dealer
That's
or
racist,
Mateo the
Mark.
rapist?
You know, we made this an Ice Cube movie, but he's really not that bad of an actor. Like, if you think
He
about
could
it,
be worse.
right, he
Could be
definitely could be
almost-
worse. I mean, he did Boys in the Hood, which was fucking awesome.
Excellent movie.
And this, you know,
He was really, really bad in Ghost of Mars, though.
yeah, oh yeah.
That was like, what is the other movie we're podcasting? Is it Anaconda 2? No. It's got Carpenter.
Ice Cube returns for Anaconda 2. No.
God damn it.
You should have.
Ice Cube's been in some other things that are just god awful too, I'm sure. I mean, Barbershop and...
Well, are we
Barbershop
done yet
too.
or whatever?
but like Friday and next
Done Yet?
Friday were good. You know, those...
Friday
Friday's
Next.
great. The first one's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he's not awful. He's not not Coolio.
He's made better decisions probably than some
But
other
Coolio
rapper
may be the
actors.
worst actor ever.
Yeah, he
Besides
should.
Chris Klein.
But you know what?
That's just given.
But
Coolio is the worst actor ever.
besides Chris Klein. Now, Ice Cube's awful. There are worse. Ja Rule, way worse. Plus, Ja Rule looks like a Ninja Turtle.
50 Cent.
Yeah. Ja Rule was awful in Half Past Dead. He was worse than Steven Seagal was.
You know, and Bill Goldberg's in the sequel to that. Off topic. In this movie, they're fighting this giant anaconda, and you know, Philip got really upset when we did the Jaws episode because the shark screamed.
Right.
Well, I mean, what do you think? You know, in this one, when the snake screams. I mean, what the fuck was
Really?
that? What was that?
It was some kind of like
It was a shriek. A snake shriek.
shriek.
Yeah.
Oh, so shitty.
And then it sounded like it hacked up like phlegm afterwards too. Did you hear that? It's like, like
It sounded like an old.
Sorry, I just
Yeah.
finished my 4th pack of
It
Camels
sounded like a
today.
cancer patient driving a dragster.
No, I know what it was. A fucking red-tailed hawk with a fucking trach.
exactly.
How did they find? Which one of you guys is like the director? We'll talk about the director. Let's put a snake scream here. Let's make the snake scream.
This snake is not nearly scary enough at
We
2,000
have to
feet
have it.
long. We have to have it scream.
You have to have a shriek.
Snakes are already scary. It's a known fact. That's why.
Well, like not only does the snake look shitty in this movie, I guess it looked okay for
For the
1997.
time, yeah.
But
I love the part when you can tell it's like animatronic and it's so limited in the amount that they can move. It's
it moves its head at like 0.5 seconds an hour.
It's like,
The
oh, there
shit
it
moves
goes.
like an animatronic on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
The
It
ride.
does.
Yeah.
But I just hate how like every time somebody tries to gain an advantage on this thing, it ninjas the shit out of them with its
Yeah,
tail.
exactly.
It's like they're running from like 20 feet behind, and this thing throws its tail out and trips them, and they do a double backflip.
Wait, because I know that you're excited about
Shut
watching
up.
the other Anaconda movies that are out there because there are fucking 4 of them.
They're 4.
Yeah.
Yes,
the, third
there's
one,
4.
the third one has David Hasselhoff in it, and the Anacondas have like poison dart tails.
Well, also 3 and 4 were filmed back to back, like the same set of days. Remember how Thunder in
The
Paradise
same week.
2 and 3 were filmed?
That's a good movie. by the
Anacondas
director.
3 and 4 were both also filmed like
Like,
immediately after one
I want to
another.
meet that director because he's like, okay, we're doing 3 and 4. I want to make sure we run this into the
But
ground.
I think
as
it's
much
different
as
directors
possible.
though. I think everybody left set and they're like,
Like,
okay,
someone's like-
everybody set up for the
Like,
next shitty part
The
of this
dude that
movie.
did 4 is like, no, wait, I want to do 3. Oh, fuck it, I'll just do a 4th one.
Well, then in July we got Piranaconda coming out, which is Mark
There was
was
somebody on
adding
Twitter
it.
talking about it last night, man.
is just not excited about that movie.
I'm not.
Is it like the same people?
What's
that,
the
is it same
point?
people
I
that
mean,
did,
are
like, Shark
anacondas
Hippos?
not scary enough? Do they not have big enough, or sharp enough teeth? How does the piranha make it like it eats faster? What
Like,
is this?
seriously, T-Rex volcano. That's going to be the next one. T-Rex makes a volcano.
Seriously, why?
Just because T-Rex not scary enough. Put molten lava in him.
Right,
Just do
exactly.
that.
Fire, flamethrower.
Ooh, that is
T-Rex,
that's
dragon
real
ball.
scary.
Sci-fi has a knack for doing that though.
Like Sharktopus.
Dino Shark
Dino Shark, yeah, like
I'm pretty
they
sure
take a great white shark
Octopuses
body.
aren't scary.
and put it on a shark.
They put a great white shark body with a T-Rex head, and you're like, I feel like this shark head would do more damage than T-Rex head would.
Yeah, and plus it's probably not as awkward. I mean,
Does
because
the
you know it
T-Rex
has
have
the
rows of teeth? No.
No.
and plus you got the whole thing like giant, like misshapen head, can't walk right, can't swim right. You know, just swimming in circles, going down. Yeah. Just tard shark.
Tard shark.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, sci-fi fucking terrible fucking movies.
So,
they're
we talked about
fantastic for our
Anaconda.
podcast.
Yeah.
Well, we've talked about it. The whole movie.
There's really not a whole lot.
People get eaten by the anaconda. Somebody gets his neck broken by an anaconda.
Lots of screaming.
Right. There's lots of screaming
Snake
snake.
screaming.
It straight up just breaks the neck of that guy when it tries to
Oh,
eat him.
it's so
But
gross.
there's 2 really awesome parts in this movie. 1, fuck Owen Wilson, he gets eaten. Fantastic part.
Duh.
2, second good part was the inside of the snake view.
Oh, yeah.
When it's eating that
From
one guy,
inside.
dude, it straight up looks like somebody took a pink trash bag and opened it up and stuffed lined it
with a little bit of
filmed
mucus.
it and filmed it from the inside.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, so that's what it would look like to be inside of an anaconda.
Nobody
It's
wants
not.
to know.
1, it's not well lit inside of an anaconda. So you wouldn't be seeing the pink walls of the insides of its body. You wouldn't.
You don't know. They might
The
have some of
only
those
light.
little lights you stick
Yeah.
on the wall.
Oh,
and
yeah,
just
it's the
touch 'em.
chemical
They have
yeah, there you go.
the
Touch
garage lights on the inside.
Oh, God.
Seriously, that is just such an unnecessary scene. Because I mean, they've got the CG to show him just eating them from the outside. That's fine. That's fine.
Which they show.
I don't
But-
need to see him being
But
ingested.
and that's another
internally,
thing. It's like I have 4 snakes here, and when I feed it a mouse, it doesn't swing its tail around the snake and lift it, or around the body, lift it up, and then start
And, like,
eating it
yell
out
at
of the
it a whole
air.
bunch,
Yeah,
right,
it's
exactly.
like it bites it and wraps it up
It
and eats
also
it.
doesn't eat something in 12 seconds.
Seriously.
Like a fucking anaconda takes down a full-grown 6-foot-tall man with broad shoulders and pops it down in about 4 seconds. And mutant Chernobyl snake.
Well, that's what we were saying. We said anybody that knows anything about them knows that if they're going to eat something, they're just useless afterwards.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Because it eats like 10 people, and it's like, oh, I'm ready to fuck shit up more.
More, yeah.
slamming through walls, surviving being blown up and on fire.
And shot in the head.
Yeah.
How'd that work? They never even explain that. Like, one of the snakes gets shot in the fucking head and you think it's dead. And then another one comes later. There's 2 snakes?
There were a few anacondas. They called it Anaconda, but there were plural. There were anacondas.
Anaconda.
Yeah, anaconda.
Let's move on.
But, okay.
Shut up about this movie.
Piece of shit.
We're going to go ahead and move on to John Carpenter's Ghost of Mars. And this is one of those movies where you smack yourself in the face and you're like, John Carpenter, what the fuck are you doing?
What's weird
Like,
is that
you did Halloween and you did the thing.
Right, exactly.
It's like, what the fuck is this movie?
Escape from New York.
I'm going to reference one of our podcasts. The podcast we did with Deadly Friend on it.
Wes Craven.
With
right.
Wes Craven. Wes Craven had a couple of really good movies. Like, I counted all of the movies that he did that were good compared to bad, and it's like a 24% ratio of good to bad.
Basically,
all right? So John Carpenter is probably about the same. Like,
Right.
Halloween's good. The Thing is good. Yeah,
Escape from New York.
Escape from New York.
no, good. Not you can watch it and it's a fun to watch. A good fucking movie. Halloween and The Thing. That's it. And really, you shouldn't even count The Thing because it's a fucking remake.
Did he do Big Trouble in Little China?
Yes,
he did.
Oh,
That
there we
movie's
go.
awesome.
3. So we got another one. Awesome, but also super
Why
cheesy.
can't
It
we
is
count the
cheesy.
thing?
Because
No.
it's a remake.
But
No,
the
we can
original
still
was
count
nothing like it.
Yeah, we count The Thing. Definitely.
We're going to count The Thing
It
because
was
it's
a totally
good.
new script, totally new
And
characters.
also, how can you not count The Thing? Wilford Brimley was in it.
Yeah,
Oh,
true.
The plot of this movie is
It's 200 years in the future.
Philip's going to James Earl Jones it for you. No, they're interrogating this woman who is on the it's an entire flashback. The movie is an entire flashback.
And then it becomes like a $4 Inception because there are flashbacks
Yeah.
inside of the flashbacks that are
Right.
inside of flashbacks.
And fucking Ice Cube is this supposed badass, and his name is fucking Desolation Williams. It's like if you're gonna give somebody a nickname, make it like quick
not 25
Yeah.
syllables.
and yeah.
All right. I know you think you're some pretty tough hombres. You've had the best training, you have the best gear. You probably think this is some routine prisoner transfer. But that's what I want to bang into your heads. There's nothing routine about this prisoner. We are here to pick up James Desolation Williams. I want y'all jacked, ready, and double tough.
Desolation.
She wants to bang their faces.
And she wants them jacked, ready, and...
Oh, let's
Yeah.
talk about who else is
Oh, yeah.
He does have a
Double
good
wiener
cast.
tucks.
Yeah, we didn't talk about Pam Grier. That was Pam Grier, by
Yeah,
the way.
Which
But
she's also in Escape from LA.
Yes,
yeah,
she
yeah,
is.
she is.
LA.
Clay Duvall's in it, who is basically I described her as a ugly blonde Molly Ringwald.
You know, that's not too far
Is
off.
Ice Cube the
really.
most famous person in this movie? Oh, Jason Statham.
And
Yeah.
Jason Statham and Natasha Henstridge from Species.
Species.
Yeah.
Naked. That
From
face
all of the
is-
species, by the
Alien
way.
bit.
She's in Species, and Species. Yeah, all of the Species movies.
Dude, yeah, because we looked her up, and that's like the only thing I recognize her from, aside from
You're like, is
Ghost
she in
of Mars.
Species? And I was like, I don't know. Which
She was
one?
also a voice in an episode of South Park.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well,
We don't want to exclude her, really, you know.
she played a lesbian
Moving on.
teacher.
So what's going on while they go to secure Desolation Williams, and everybody's got their heads cut off and they're hung upside down. Nobody can figure out why. They search the area. Pam Grier ends up getting her head cut off and stuck on a stick, which is kind of cool. I kind
It
of
was
want that
pretty-
prop, actually.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Pam Grier head.
Sick prop to have.
Yeah.
No, I don't want head from Pam Grier. I just want Pam Grier's head.
Pam Grier.
You liar.
Now, Natasha Henstridge, on the other hand, I'd take both.
She's naked about every 32 seconds in Species.
Species. Are you Sean Connery?
I just want to say that apparently John Carpenter's view of the future is that 1, we'll be on Mars, 2, everyone, instead of playing with regular playing cards, will play with Magic the Gathering.
Yes.
And
they do.
everyone, if they're not a man, will be a lesbian.
Yes.
Well,
Only lesbians in this movie.
it's
Why?
it's funny.
I mean, it's
too.
fine, but why?
He had it in his head. It's like, well, it's symbolism for what,
no.
John? What?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, it's futuristic, you know, because there are going to be only lesbians in the future. If you're a woman, you're a lesbian. If you want to procreate,
Turkey baster.
Yeah.
It's not like Ice Cube has any shortage of good grammar in this movie, though.
Oh, yeah, he's
Drop fucking mark, cut this dyke bitch head off.
this duck bitch head off.
Fuck the police.
But let's talk about like the things that are really, really wrong with this movie. Like the fact that there's creature vision from something that doesn't even have eyes.
Yeah, it's a mist.
No, it's just invisible.
It's like this invisible
It's a
ghost that comes out of
they
people.
portray it as kind of a red misty look.
Well, no, it is visible on several occasions.
Right, but it does not have eyes.
Right, definitely no eyes or a brain to process the vision. Clearly not vision. No vision.
No, just floats.
So it's looking at her.
Weapons are terrible.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I want to know is, like, all of this shit happened, and the 5 people that are in this area of the planet that have survived. Desolation Williams, who's been in a jail cell. Why didn't they go kill him?
Right. The most badass guy there.
Yeah.
And they leave him, fuck it.
We don't mess with Desolation.
And his 3 buddies.
Oh, yes.
He's got his little henchmen.
You can't forget about his henchmen.
Well, introduce us to your friends.
These my compadres. Uno, dos, and tres.
Those are very clever. Very clever and scary.
Why not? Yeah, they're very creepy. I'm 1, he's 2, meet 3.
Yes, he's 3.
He's
Similar to
Hey,
Dr.
Thrace.
Yeah.
I want to be Thrace.
Yeah, and it's
Apparently,
apparently
3.
Did they draw straws for the, who got 1, 2, and 3? What did they do?
They lasted like 12 seconds in the movie, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, not at all.
But like,
oh fuck yeah, he chops his fucking thumb off.
Yeah.
They just laugh at it.
Yeah.
Fucked up trying to make dog food bombs. And he cuts his thumb off.
He goes, hold on, you're gonna fucking hurt yourself. Puts his thumb right over where he's gonna cuts his fucking thumb off.
It makes no sense.
Stupid.
And not to mention, like, all the bad guys are these people that the ghost inhabits.
Yeah,
and every one of them has a fucking saw blade launcher.
Yes.
Like, they have a homemade saw blade launchers, and they're throwing saw blades like fucking frisbees. Where the hell did all these saw... I'm not exaggerating. There's at least
a whole
1,000
battle
saw
scene
blades.
of saw blades.
I just want you to know that there is not only no trees on Mars, there's
Or
clearly
no
no
need for a
lumber
saw
from
blade.
which you made the, there's no, why? Why the saws? Everything's made of concrete and metal.
That's one of the more important things that they took from Earth when they came to Mars.
They're like,
Saw
we
blades.
need an
For
order.
something.
Well, we put in an order for saw horses and they sent us only saw blades.
Saw blades.
So you have these fucking tactical soldiers shooting machine guns at these fuckers that are getting their tactical armor cut through by people frisbee throwing saw blades.
You can't cut through that shit
From
with
like
throwing.
100 feet away.
Hell,
Dude, I
that's-
could see that being almost effective from like 15 feet.
Maybe if you
And
held
even
it
then it
and
might
And
not
it's just
someone
like a
you.
cut,
But
right?
yeah,
okay.
you're just
Like
gonna
a
need a
slight
few
wound.
stitches.
Right.
Like the
Maybe
guy
they
who gets
got you
his
in the
neck, the guy who gets his
There's a
neck
guy that
cut.
gets his head
That's
completely
And
cut
his
off.
arms!
And yes,
Bicep!
not only do they have saw blade launchers, but they're fucking deadly accuracy.
Maybe if you held onto it and punched someone directly in the throat with
Right.
it, would it work?
And they all like
off.
scar
No.
they scar themselves up and
Yeah,
give
they're all
themselves
doing that.
facial piercings and shit and
They all look like 80s rock stars.
Yeah.
I mean,
They all
I
look
swear
like-
I saw Peter Criss at
they're-
least 14 times.
that
throughout
or
that
just
movie.
straight up black metal bands. Like just
Yeah,
a bunch of them
I
got
think,
together.
I think Immortal was in there
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
the head alien bad guy ghost dude is straight up the lead singer from Dimmu Borgir.
Dude, I know,
Yeah.
like he reminded me of
Oh.
him. Reminded me of him, but someone else.
Not to mention that guy is like 7 feet tall,
Yeah,
and he's
seriously.
just exploding through fucking buildings and stuff like that.
Like a
And Ice
man.
Cube runs up and sets a crowbar in front of the door to stop him.
This should stop.
And he just crashes through the ceiling. He's like, "Oh yeah, this crowbar should keep him out of here.
Hey, that's
Get
how
the
Des-
fuck out of here."
That's how Desolation does.
And if you think we're even getting like to the most ridiculous parts of this movie, we're not even there yet.
Not even close.
Like,
For some reason, apparently,
Just wait, kids. There's more.
yeah, like the worst thing about this movie, and Philip hit it right on the head. When there's no dialogue, just this chugging same metal riff plays
it's a John
over
Carpenter.
and
You've seen it
over
like
and
every
over.
single time.
It's poor.
It is, this poor generic rock is what it is.
It sounds like just one guy, keyboards and a guitar at the same time, just shitty. He's recording in his garage. It's just god awful.
And then they get on the train to get away.
And an automobile.
And then they're all
John Candy's there.
They're escaping. There's like 20 of them still left.
they're
And
good.
they're like, fuck it, we're gonna run the fuck away.
The ghosts of Mars can stay at the Mars, and we're gonna
And
go
go to the other part of Mars where there aren't any ghosts.
right. But no,
Wait a minute, I have a brilliant idea. Since shooting them and, exploding them and doing every other possible thing we can think of, biological warfare.
and by
probably.
exploding them, you mean just running and throwing grenades behind their backs, because that's
Right.
all the people were doing. We're just
Ice Cube didn't even use a gun for the first 20 minutes of the, that he
Oh yeah, he's just hitting him with a shotgun. Like he's hitting him with the butt of it.
Exactly. Hand-to-hand combat with a shotgun. Sounds like
Oh god, yeah, the fight scene between Ice Cube and like the head Ghost of Mars, Demi Borgir lead singer guy, is god awful. They choreographed it. It was like basically Ice Cube is just like, I'm gonna punch you, and then you're gonna be giant and get punched, and then you're gonna throw me around a little bit, and then they're gonna film it. And
That's
then the guy,
and
then the guy probably didn't speak anything but more Norwegian and was just like, say that. And that was it.
This behemoth lyrics.
Yeah, the fight is literally worse than Ice Cube's red camouflage pants.
Oh yeah, I forgot about.
Oh my god, I can't believe I almost forgot about those pants.
Dude, those are awful.
But you know what's worse
Because
than
you
the
need
camo
that to blend
pants?
in with Mars.
Why would you give a prisoner red camo pants on Mars where the whole planet is red? We want to make sure that the baddest motherfucker on the planet,
If he does escape, we can't find
We'll
him.
never be able to find him again.
and then he can
He'll
sneak
just
up
hide in
on
the
us.
forests of Mars because
There's so many.
it's camo like we
Leaves,
know it, like
yeah.
leaves. Like oh okay, just
You know that the
Not
thick
it was
jungle
that
brush.
digital urban bullshit.
either way.
Let's-
So they're escaping.
You know what's
Going
not?
back to the-
No, or you know what's worse than the camo pants? Are his chrome guns.
Oh, at the end.
Those are the fakest fucking looking things I've ever
They're
seen.
chrome.
And you know he
Slap
made
it.
those. He made those. He melted down the platinum record from NWA and was like, "I want Mac 10s for this last
I want
scene."
them
And they're
made out
really
of-
gonna
I
fire.
melted my own shit for this, John. Mr. Carpenter, you best let me because fuck the police.
Yeah,
I feel like after this movie, John Carpenter and Ice Cube are not speaking terms.
probably not. I'm sure they were really good buddies beforehand.
Did you know Ice Cube drives by his house at night, just like real slow, creeping with
2 miles
those
an hour.
platinum
Yeah,
fucking
and then-
Mac
and then
10s?
John
Throws a dog
Carpenter,
food bomb on
John
John
Carpenter will
Carpenter's
never
lawn.
get hit either because the moon will reflect off those fucking guns and he'll see where it's coming from, so he'll always duck because
That's
they're
true.
mirrors. They are so shitty. I'm sorry.
This whole movie is just shitty. This whole podcast is shitty.
But
It does sound like shit.
Stephen was about to touch on a point earlier that I think can't go undiscussed.
No.
Whenever they're escaping and they're all ready to go, they're on the train, they're escaping. They're like 2 miles outside the Death City, and they're like, you know what? We can't leave yet because we have to try one more thing to try to kill him. I don't know why, because they have no indication of that anything is going to kill him. So they go back and set off a nuclear bomb, of course, and
Well, yeah.
everyone dies.
Right, even the train conductors die.
Everyone.
Because they all get off of the train.
Because they thought, you know what's a really
Don't
good
get off
idea?
the
We need to
train.
go back and battle these people that as soon as they die, the ghost comes out and it can inhabit you.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a great idea.
these
And, like,
sound
people
like
that were-
obviously killable.
People that were alive and important characters just immediately get their heads cut off, and Jason Statham gets ripped apart and eaten.
Yeah.
Like,
Just like John Carpenter's like, all right, we gotta wrap this shit up.
Yeah,
Just
It's
kill
like,
everybody.
we can't afford to pay these guys for longer to be in the
I love
movie.
it whenever Ice Cube like pulls the pin from the train car, and the lead singer of Demi Borgir is like scooting back on the train, and it's exploding, and he's doing his take a dump stance.
Yeah.
Like he's just got the just screaming metal lyrics.
Yeah.
Just
There is
awful.
something.
It's a shame.
Speaking, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say we didn't get to the arts and crafts that were inside the building.
Oh,
that
dude.
weren't really useful for anything. They were just like spoons and
Like
like tape recorders and stuff, just like glued together and
Staplers
hanging
kinda
from the
hanging.
ceiling. Like,
And they never touched on it.
No, they
why
saw
are
it.
they there? Like, they went crazy and decided to make metal arts and crafts.
Let's make some shit.
You guys are gonna make some arts and crafts in metal
Like,
style.
like at least you could somewhat back up the whole cutting their heads off and putting them on poles and stuff like that.
Because they were like completely tribal beings, and that's
Right.
what they did.
But why would they
Or what about the
arts and
sword that
crafts for?
Natasha
They're artsy
Henstridge
tribal.
takes from the one alien that she kills, and that she picks it up and is straight up the fucking welfarist, poorest fucking
Welfarist.
The shit looks like a fucking Nerf sword. There is
Paying
not.
for it with food stamps.
Yeah, it is straight up does not have a sharp edge on it. I mean, you could beat somebody half to death with it, and it would at least take you 6 hours. I would not be afraid of aliens with that.
No.
Oh.
I do want to point out that, speaking of Mark was talking about him being on top of the train, that he manages to stumble across the dynamite hatch on the top of the train.
Oh.
He's like,
He
I gotta
opens-
find something to blow him up with. Opens it up, and there's just an open box
Of
of
dynamite.
sticks.
Right at- like, why? Why was that? Was the whole train full of dynamite? And
Apparently,
everything-
it was
why-
just stacked to the ceiling.
because,
apparently.
because there was foreshadowing earlier in the movie whenever they were
I
making
did
the
not
dog
catch
food
this.
bombs, and Ice Cube goes, "Man, I wish we had some dynamite." And then he opens up.
Oh, what about the dynamite hatch? That might have some
Seriously, here's the
dynamite.
thing,
It
even
wasn't
if the dynamite
Mark's
was there-
dynamite? Like, what?
even if the dynamite was there, whatever, the box was open. And that accessible. Like,
We just want. We're
It's
just
like,
do it like
it's
that.
like in Deadly Friend in Chopping Mall. Whenever the M16s are just there in the mall.
Why not?
Exactly. Fuck it. Hey.
So what you're saying is we have 6 or 7, highly trained Mars police officers, and they're going to go to arrest somebody. And in order to do that, they have to take a train there naturally. And when they get there, they've got their train filled to the brim with dynamite that is easily accessible from the outside of the train.
Obviously.
Does this sound like a very poor plan to you?
Yes.
It sounds
Check
real.
yes.
It sounds like a very John Carpenter plan to me.
Yeah.
You gotta go to the rec factory.
If Wilford
guess
Brimley
it
was
is.
there, this would have never happened.
This is true.
It's true. He would have stopped that shit. He would have just shot somebody in the face.
And everybody would have had tons of diabetes supplies.
Diabetes.
And they probably would have played jump against.
I think we're coming.
Video show.
I think we're coming to the end.
Bitch about just about everything there is. In
But, yeah, there's nothing really else to
Wait,
bitch
no, there
about.
is something to bitch about. I'm sorry. Natasha Henstridge does not get fucking naked in this
No,
movie.
there's
Could've
no
saved it.
nakedness.
Honestly, couldn't.
None. There is not
was not.
one titty in this movie. There's not half a titty. There's not side boob. You don't even get to see Pam Grier's saggy boobs. There is no titty. Okay, the only thing you get that's even close to looking like a titty is the side of Ice Cube's arm in his sleeveless shirt.
And Jason Statham's head.
Yeah, that's
No, he
very
had hair in
ugly.
this movie.
Oh
actually.
yeah, nasty weird hair.
It was it was fucking balding, fucking wishing it wasn't.
Yeah,
It's like fuzzy balding. Yeah. Like peach.
yeah. I think all four of us give both these movies just shitty amount of no stars.
Two dicks down.
2 sad, flaccid cocks
I do wanna-
pointed straight to the
I
ground.
do want to point out one more thing that was absolutely awful and just John Carpenter made no sense when they fucking it's just a total cheat when she Natasha Henstridge gets fucking taken over by the being or whatever. They just give her some drugs and it just
And it makes the being leave
goes
her body.
methadone like it just goes away.
Apparently,
Like, it
aliens don't know how
exercises
to
the
party.
demon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were like,
If
They're like,
just-
whoa, man, I'm straight edge.
If they just take those drugs,
I'm just here to cut off heads.
no, they're not straight edge, they're saw edge.
Yeah.
Oh damn it!
Yes, god damn it.
Well, that being said, I'm Steven the Roast Rosenberg with Mark Hinton,
Later.
Phil the Kill Collins,
Yep.
and Travis
Fuck
Hardon,
Travis.
Boner hands.
and fuck Pam Grier.
Yeah.
No heads.
So police think they have the authority to kill a minority. Fuck that shit, 'cause I ain't the one for a punk motherfucker with a badge and a gun to be beaten on and thrown in jail. We can go toe to toe in the middle of a sale. Fucking with me, 'cause I'm a teenager with a little bit of gold and a pager. Searching my car, looking for the product, thinking every nigga is selling narcotics.